Hello class, welcome to Government Virtual Class. I'm Mr. Femi by name. Today, our topic for today is military rule in Nigeria. We will talk about the historical background of the military rule in Nigeria. Let me quickly take you through the military rule history in Nigeria. Nigeria's first military junta began following the 1966 Nigerian coup d'etat, which overthrew the Prime Minister Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and this was done by Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi, and this made him the head of federal military government in Nigeria, but was soon overthrown and murdered in a coup in July of the same year. And this first military coup in Nigeria took place on January 15, 1966. Well, military rule is not peculiar to Nigeria alone, it is a continental phenomenon in Africa. Let's look at the military coup also in Africa. The first military coup in Africa took place in Egypt in 1952 when Colonel Gamal Nasser swept out King Farouk off the seat of power. Since then till the present day, military coup has become a ritual on the African continent. The second military coup, which removed Major General Aguiyi-Ironsi's 6 month military government and brought in Colonel Yakubu Gowon to power. This occurred on July 29, 1966. On July 29, 1975, exactly 9 years, the General Yakubu Gowon was removed from office while attending an OAU meeting through a military coup, and this brought in Ramat Murtala Mohammed, who was assassinated after 200 days in office on 13 February 1976. General Olusegun Obasanjo also continued with the policy of General Mohammed, that is, they handed power to General Olusegun Obasanjo um, after they've murdered Murtala Mohammed. General Olusegun Obasanjo handed power to the elected civilian government on October 1st, 1979, after 13 years. We've removed the civilian government. Other military heads were Major General Muhammadu Buhari, who came into power on 1983 and was overthrown on August 27, 1985. And this brought in General Ibrahim Badamasi, who adopted the title of the president instead of the head of state. That is, all military rule, they always make use of head of state. But Ibrahim Badamasi adopted the title of president. General Ibrahim Babangida promulgated himself as the president at the Armed Forces Ruling Council, and this make him to be the first president of Nigeria. His rule was the longest serving in peacetime, and his administration typified the military dictatorship of the 20th century. Babangida promised a return of democracy when he seized power, but he ruled Nigeria for 8 years when he temporarily handed power to the interim head of state Ernest Shonekan in 1993 in a move towards democratization. 2 months later, however, Shonekan was overthrown by General Sani Abacha while Babangida was visiting Egypt. In 1993, General Sani Abacha overthrew interim national government and appointed himself chairman of the Provisional Ruling Council of Nigeria. But unfortunately, after Abacha's death in 1998, well, Abacha regime was a very tough time regime for Nigeria. General Abdulsalam General Abdulsalami Abubakar took over and ruled until Olusegun Obasanjo again became head of state, ending the junta in Nigeria. That is what brought in the Fourth Republic in Nigeria. Nigeria had 8 visible attempts of changing a Nigeria government by force. 8 visible attempts of changing a Nigerian government by force. This is a brief history of the military rule in Nigeria. This is where we are going to stop for today. See you next class. Bye.